Did you know that you can kill someone with a book? Get ready, I'm gonna be fanboying a little bit in this video. Hey everyone, my name's Austin, and this channel is all about helping you to dig deeper and go further to better understand faith, film, and everything in between. If that sounds exciting to you and you're new here, consider subscribing. John Wick Chapter 3 is here, and I am so excited. This was one of my most hyped movies for 2019, and I can't wait to talk about it. It picks up minutes after Chapter 2 ended as we see John running for his life, trying to get out of New York City with a $14 million bounty on his head from the high table. Now, I have to get this out of the way right away. I was disappointed. Do you know how hard it is to keep track of John Wick's kills when Halle Berry's character Sophia gets just about as many kills as he does? That's difficult. Just kidding, I did do my best to count John Wick's kills, and yes, it made things more complicated adding Sophia into the mix, but I loved every minute of it. From the first fight where we see John kill someone with a book to the second where we see one of the most insane knife fights I have ever seen in a movie, this movie doesn't hold back at all. After a mind-blowing first act, we are introduced to Sophia, played by Halle Berry. Halle? I hope I'm getting that right. Did you know that both she and Keanu were both in their 50s, and they did like 95% of their own stunts for this movie? She even trained for 6 months with the 2 Belgian Malinois dogs that she had in the film, herself from scratch. The scene where we get to see these 2 dogs in action might just be my favorite in the whole franchise. It is insane to see what these dogs are capable of. Now, if you've been with my channel long, you know I love to talk about themes, so let's talk about the theme of this movie. The main theme presented throughout the story, and yes, they did manage to squeeze a story in between all these action scenes, is of consequences, and I thought it was a perfect fit. Remembering back to Chapter 2 where John Wick at the end of the movie kills Santino D'Antonio, and we see the consequence right away that he's excommunicado and there's now a contract on his head from the high table. So we're presented with that idea in Chapter 2, and then Chapter 3 dives headfirst into what this really means, and really we get to explore this theme. Various times throughout the movie, different characters, including John Wick himself, refer to consequences and how they affect us. Now, John Wick 3 does take this theme to an extreme, but that doesn't detract from what it's saying. Now let's talk about consequences for a minute. Not all consequences are bad. There can be both good and bad consequences. For example, you work hard, you do your homework, you're going to get good grades. If you don't do your job at work, you get fired. Good consequence, bad consequence. John Wick in this movie has a bad consequence for what he did at the end of Chapter 2. And at one point in this film, he's presented with an opportunity to wipe his slate clean. But it comes at a cost, and he will have to return to his old life that he's been trying to leave behind for all these films. This reminded me of a similar choice that we're given in our own lives. Our actions and life of sin give us a consequence of death and suffering. But should we accept the gift of Jesus, that slate can be wiped clean and we can enter into a life of freedom and peace. If you have any questions on how to do that, let me know in the comments and I'd be happy to share more. I am very excited for where John Wick 4 is going to take us. I don't know how they're going to top what they did in 3. After the opening book kill scene, the knife fight scene, the scene with the Malinois dogs and Halle Berry, and then the insane fight that they had at the end with 2 of the best stunt doubles in the business. And though I felt like that scene did drag on an extra minute, 2, maybe 3 longer than it needed to, I still enjoyed it thoroughly. And I can't believe the cliffhanger that we had at the end. I did not see that coming. I am so ready for John Wick 4, which they already confirmed just a few days after release, is coming out May 21st, 2021. After all, Chapter 3 was called Parabellum, which means prepare for war, and we definitely did that. Now, Chapter 4, we're going to war. If you want to dig deeper and go further to better understand faith, film, and everything in between, you're in the right place. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. I have an absolutely massive Lord of the Rings project I am planning on launching soon, where we are going to go in depth through the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. I'm super excited for where this is going to go, and I can't wait to share it with you. Be looking for that coming to my channel soon, as well as tons of other content. This is an exciting year so far, and we are going into the summer movie season. I can't wait to see what's in store. Thank you for checking out this video, and I will see you in the next one.